I've heard multiple things on JJ McCarthy. I've heard that he's injured, he's hurt, he's going to be out until basically it sounded like a couple weeks before fall camp. I thought I saw that he was going to have surgery, but then I've also seen that he's not having surgery, that it's whatever the injury is, it's going to be a non-surgical and it's just a rest type of thing. But nonetheless, JJ is out. So you're talking no reps. I mean, they started spring practice, what, a week ago, 8 days ago. So you're talking, I mean, JJ shut down from now until fall camp. I mean, I don't see any remote chance that Cade McNamara is not going to be QB1 starting the game one. Not even fall practice. I'm talking game one. There's just no way. But sticking with JJ, is there any concern in your eyes, Dre? Because when you look at it, this is probably the most amount of first team reps that JJ has had, or let's just call it reps. This is probably the heaviest workload he's had as a quarterback at Michigan. Mm-hmm. And we're talking, 8 days into practice. Obviously, we don't know what the injury was, whatever the case, but he's dealing with his heaviest workload, and he's injured he's out for 5 months. Is that concerning to you at all? What are your thoughts on it?
Not too much right now. I mean, like he's been throwing a football his whole life, and I think that I'll be more concerned if this lingers past this year. And for starters, I 100% agree. I think that this all but solidifies Cade McNamara for being a starter for Michigan week one. And for Michigan, that's okay, because the beauty of that situation was, and Cade established himself last year. He has the experience, so you prove that you can win with him. This is never about replacing the quarterback because, you weren't, you couldn't be successful with him. It was about seeing if you can elevate yourself to another level. And so, for one, Michigan fans should not be panicking at all if Cade McNamara going out there starting week one, especially with the strength of the schedule that we have. He's more than capable enough to get the job done. But when it comes to JJ, all I want to know is, we need to find out and they may not release this information. We don't know. Was there any structural damage to the arm? Is it just soreness? Because if it's just soreness, look, shut the kid down, which they're doing. Make sure he is 100% healthy. There is zero reason to rush him back. Zero reason. Let the kid rest himself, because he is, the future of your program. Maybe you get another redshirt year out of him because of this. You never know. But I think it's imperative as well for Michigan to handle this situation correctly, because this kid has aspirations to be successful at your school, but he also has aspirations to be successful in a pros as well. And so I think if you think about if Michigan handles the situation badly, what if somehow they don't handle his medicals right, and this goes on to be a prolonging issue because they rush him back, and all of a sudden he just not able to have the full career he's supposed to. Think about how bad that would look on the university and the staff. So I know that's not a likely scenario, but I'm just trying to bring up the importance of why they should handle this the most cautious way they can. And so far, it looks like they are.
Yeah, I'd also imagine that that JJ's family is on top of this and will be on top of this. Like if you're JJ's dad and mom or whoever his support system is, there is absolutely no way that if he's not feeling 100%, that he's going back out on that field. There's no way. And I'm sure that Jim Harbaugh will be on the same page, but at the end of the day, his family and his team is going to have the final say on that. But Mark, go ahead.
I love this comment from Harbaugh.
Uh-oh.
JJ's practicing, just not throwing. So
Oh, it's
that's like
mental
saying a
reps.
wide receiver's practicing, he's just not catching. An offensive lineman's practicing, he's just not blocking. Like, I
Dr.
understand
Harbaugh's
you
gonna
can
say.
be involved in the practice. You can run, you can stretch, you can hear the play call, you can maybe carry out some handoffs. But if you're not throwing and you're a quarterback, it's just a funny statement to
Yeah.
make.
He's mentally picturing, rhythm and timing with his receivers. He's working on all that stuff. He's visualizing everything. So look, he should be involved. By no means should he be like, not around the team and not. He should be at practice. He should be soaking up everything. He needs to stay locked into the playbook. All of that stuff is critically important. But you know, no, the kid's resting. He's having some soreness. Like I said, as long as there's nothing structurally wrong, that's the main thing, right? You want to hear about. It's rare that you see this with quarterbacks with no problems with the UCL, which is typical when guys in baseball when they need to get Tommy John surgery, and hopefully no problems with the rotator cuff, just stuff like that. Other than that, if it's just soreness, just make sure he's good.
Well, I wonder and just because you think about Dak Prescott's injury that he had, like it was kind of a weird injury. Now, obviously, I'm not speculating that JJ has the same thing, but for Dak, like I don't think it was ever clear on what kept him from throwing the ball. Like I had heard something about like a lat muscle, but also heard it was a muscle under the lat. Like it was just a weird thing, and he ended up, just having to rest, and the year turned out fine for him as far as performance wise. But yeah, I think he's actually having off-season surgery, so that it's just interesting. Once again, just need to take care of it, be on top of it, and go from there.